Welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to be talking about a very exciting new project that is being proposed in Saudi Arabia, a $8 billion megacity called Pangeos. Pangeos is a massive turtle-shaped yacht that would be the largest sea vessel ever built. It would be able to accommodate up to 60,000 people and would feature a wide variety of amenities, including hotels, restaurants, shopping malls, parks, and even a port for smaller ships and planes. The project is still in the early stages of planning, but it has the potential to be a major tourist attraction and economic driver for Saudi Arabia. It could also help to promote the country as a leader in sustainable development, as Pangeos would be powered by renewable energy sources. So, without further ado, let's take a closer look at Pangeos and explore all that it has to offer. The Pangeos idea was developed by a team of shipbuilders and architects in order to solve the issues of rapid urbanization and climate change. With rising sea levels and increasing human concentrations in coastal locations, the concept of floating cities emerges as a solution to these urgent concerns. The Pangeos project aspires to develop a sustainable and adaptive living environment that can survive the effects of climate change while also providing inhabitants with a one-of-a-kind experience. Concerning the ancient and distant relocation, construction of the $8 billion floating megaship city known as Pangeos is now ongoing. The ambitious project aims to reimagine urban living by developing autonomous movable cities capable of traversing the world's waters. Pangeos is a significant leap forward in marine engineering and urban development, aiming to provide an unparalleled amount of flexibility and adaptability. As previously indicated, the 8 billion floating megaship metropolis is known as Pangeos. It was named after the late Paleozoic and early Mesozoic supercontinent Eris, which existed more than 200 million years ago and was formerly known as Pangaea. The idea, if realized, will be the largest sea vessel ever created as a giant floating metropolis and will be built in Saudi Arabia. Construction of Project 2033 is planned to commence at King Abdullah Port if the project is funded and approved. We must give it to them. They are successful through innovation. The project is expected to take up to 8 years to complete and will cost $8 billion. The massive hull is broken into numerous blocks and comprises 9 separate volumes. A prominent Italian designer, Pier Paolo Lazzarini of Lazzarini Design Studio in Rome, Italy, conceived and implemented the project. The company created ideas and thoughts for floating city living using 3D technology. It would resemble a giant floating metropolis, with enough of space for typical city amenities like as parks, malls, public transportation, and even hotels. If it is constructed, it will be the biggest ship ever built. The current world's biggest yacht is 180, 61-meter-long Azam, manufactured in Germany. The Seawise giant, manufactured by the Japanese firm Sumitomo Heavy Industries, was the largest seagoing vessel ever built. It measured 458.45 meters in length. When finished, the sea turtle-shaped Terra yacht will be the biggest floating superstructure ever built. The floating metropolis has an area of around 550 meters and a width of 610 meters at its broadest point. It will be 3 times the size of the Azam, the world's biggest yacht. The proposal, according to Lazzarini, is technically simply a boat, but the major goal is to transform it into a fully functional and self-sufficient city. It can float and go vast distances on water, but it can also be attached to the edge of a pier. It can transport passengers at a speed of 5 knots. The massive ship is anticipated to house 60,000 passengers in total, excluding undetermined crew and subsea personnel. There are enough flats and villas in town for everybody who wants to live there. This reminds me of the Titanic. However, each wing of the Pagio contains 69 apartments and 19 spectacular luxury water fillers. Some of these apartments offer fantastic views of the ship's central harbor, while others have views of the sea. For individuals who enjoy partying, there are hotels, shopping centers, and nightclubs. Given its size, the ship's modest and steady pace is unsurprising. Guests who desire to travel between Pangaeo and other sites can do so through another ship or plane. On board, a harbor for additional boats will be constructed, and an upper shell area will give access to flying vehicles. This is insane but incredible. If you want to change your surroundings, this looks intriguing. Pangaeo, unlike regular cruise ships and yachts, becomes a prime destination in and of itself. Pangeos' floating metropolis is propelled by 9 HTS electric motors, each delivering 16,800 horsepower. Apart from this power supply, there are solar panels in the area that provide the energy needed to power the turtle-shaped Terra yacht. The yacht's large wings also harvest energy from wave breaking, giving Pangeos the ability to cruise continuously without unnecessary emissions. The hall begins at the harbor entrance to the main square and extends to huge terrace villas. It then leads to private dwellings, roof terraces, structures, and an upper shell zone where flying vehicles can land. Over 30,000 cells and cluster compartments may be accommodated in the undercity area, giving an unsinkable floating solution for subterranean chambers. Steel is the primary material used in this. Creating Pangeos is not without difficulties. One of the primary problems is the technological difficulty in building cities that can endure the harsh conditions of the open sea. It is critical to ensure structural stability, safety, and integrity. Furthermore, logistics such as infrastructure maintenance, garbage disposal, and resource replenishment need careful planning and coordination. Another issue to consider is the regulatory and legal framework. Pangeos, a floating metropolis, navigates the high seas and must adhere to many maritime law regulations and conventions. Resolving jurisdictional difficulties and developing a legislative framework to regulate the functioning and governance of cities necessitates international collaboration and coordination. Naturally, constructing a massive floating metropolis is not inexpensive. Pangeos, according to Lazzarini, will necessitate an investment of $8 billion. Although it is only a prototype, the Saudi Arabia-based Lazzarini design studio is serious about it. Both parties desire to realize and construct the floating city ideal. In order to gather the required finances for the project, they want to start a crowdfunding campaign in which anybody may buy a virtual ticket for as little as 16. Funding might also be obtained by purchasing NFTs. This lets users to purchase virtual residences aboard turtle yachts, which will also be available through the Metaverse launch later this year. For those who are interested, the Terra Yacht experience will be launched. They have yet to establish a date for the Metaverse's launch later this year. According to Lazzarini, building will take 8 years. Finding a suitable place large enough for such a major construction project is a task in and of itself. If the Saudi government approves, arena designers believe Saudi Arabia might be the perfect spot. The King Abdullah Port side has been designated as a possible side for the mega project. Before work can commence, roughly 1 square kilometer of sea level must be extended. To manage the water level on the side, a circular dam is employed. Pangeos is still in the idea stage for the time being. However, development of a futuristic floating metropolis may commence in Saudi Arabia one day. Prospects for Pangeos are both intriguing and unclear. If effectively implemented, Pangeos might revolutionize urban design and serve as a model for sustainable, adaptive, and mobile cities. This concept may be expanded to construct a network of interconnected floating cities to promote global communication and cooperation. Pangeos discoveries might potentially be applied into land-based urban development, encouraging new methods to addressing the issues of rapid urbanization and climate change. Thank you for viewing. I hope you liked this nice film on Saudi Arabia's innovation and unique ideas while you were here. Please give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more thrilling videos.